Okay, so you walk into a dealership, right? And you've got that new car smell that salespeople are like circling you, trying to help out. But who's really like the head honcho calling the shots?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Who are we talking about here?
We're diving into the world of a motor vehicle shop manager in this deep dive.
Okay.
And we're really going in depth because you've given us some awesome material from RoleCatcher.
Yeah.
So we'll be using their career guide, their interview prep tools, even how their AI factors into all of this
Yeah.
to give you a clearer picture of this career path.
It's like we have all the cheat codes for this deep dive.
Exactly.
So if you've ever wondered what it takes to like really steer a dealership to success, this is it.
Yeah, and we're going to figure out, is this a good fit for you? And what are those stepping stones to actually become successful?
Okay, so let's break it down.
Let's start with the core of it.
Yeah.
What does a motor vehicle shop manager actually do?
Yeah.
Because it's way more than just like, overseeing a bunch of salespeople.
Right. Like, yeah, is it just about hitting those sales targets? I bet those are intense.
Yeah, absolutely. The numbers are a big deal.
Yeah.
We're talking setting daily and monthly goals for the entire sales team, analyzing all the sales data. So not just like glancing at numbers, but like digging into trends using software.
Hold on. So are you saying there's a tech side to this whole thing?
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was all about cars.
The automotive world is changing.
Interesting.
Shop managers these days need to be fluent in systems like Reynolds and Reynolds or CDK Global.
Wow.
Things that track inventory, manage those customer relationships, even spit out these detailed reports.
So it's like you need to know the difference between a carburetor and also how to work some kind of crazy computer program.
Yeah, you need that old school knowledge and those new school tech skills, and it even goes beyond that.
Okay.
We're talking about managing budgets, handling administrative tasks, being the conductor of this really fast-paced orchestra.
Okay, so you're saying intense is the word of the day.
Yeah.
So what's the environment really like? Because this is all sounding a little high pressure to me. Like,
Yeah.
is it all showdowns and tough negotiations?
RoleCatcher keeps it real.
Okay.
They describe it as fast-paced,
Okay.
high pressure,
Makes sense.
requires really strong interpersonal skills.
Yeah, you've got different customers coming in, salespeople who want to, get those sales.
For sure, you're shifting gears constantly.
Right.
Communicating effectively with everyone from customer suppliers, your own team. It's like diplomacy, but for car sales.
So you need the patience of a saint and I guess the negotiating skills of a really, really good car salesperson.
It sounds about right.
I mean, maybe that's what makes a great motor vehicle shop manager.
Yeah.
They can handle all that.
And that actually brings us to an interesting point.
Right, because we've talked about this fast-paced environment, right? And needing good people skills.
Right.
But I have a feeling it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
You're right about that.
There's got to be some downsides.
Yeah, no job's perfect.
Right.
RoleCatcher actually gets into that in their pros and cons section.
Yeah. Okay.
And they don't sugarcoat it, which I appreciate.
Okay, good.
So on the plus side,
Yeah.
earning potential, pretty significant.
Okay, so maybe I can trade in my car.
Maybe you can get that new car smell.
I like it. Wow.
Remember all that variety we talked about? Fast-paced means you're not bored.
Right.
You're never doing the same thing every day, and there's room to grow.
Yeah, I like that.
You could start as a sales associate and work your way up to managing the whole thing.
Okay, so our learner listener would love that.
Yeah.
Because they love to learn, they love a challenge, so this sounds right up their alley.
For sure.
Yeah.
But RoleCatcher mentions the long hours.
Right, of course.
High stress.
Because you got to hit those sales targets.
Right. Could mean late nights, maybe some weekend work, and it can be physically demanding.
Oh, yeah.
You're on your feet a lot, talking to people, walking
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole hazardous material thing.
Oh, right, because we're dealing with cars here.
Yeah, engine fluids, cleaning products.
Not a...
Not a deal breaker, but something to think about.
Right.
And then, of course, you can have some tough customers.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
It's just part of it.
Part of the job.
When you're working with customers face to face.
So you need to be able to handle those situations.
For sure.
Make sure everyone's happy.
Right. It's all about problem solving, using those people skills.
Right, like you said, diplomacy.
Exactly.
So let's say someone is listening and they're like, this is me, this is my dream job.
Okay.
What does that path actually look like?
So RoleCatcher actually maps that out
Yeah.
in their career stages section,
Love it.
step by step, starting with an entry-level motor vehicle shop assistant.
So like dipping your toes in.
Yeah, you're assisting customers, you're learning the ropes,
Okay.
getting familiar with all the different models, building that foundation.
So like attention to detail is important here.
Very important.
A genuine interest in cars.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then you might move up to junior motor vehicle salesperson. So now you're talking to the customers, more understanding their needs, showing off the vehicles, maybe even taking them on test drives.
So you really need those sales skills here.
Yeah. You got to step it up a little bit.
Yeah.
You're still working with the team, learning from the more experienced salespeople, building that track
So
record.
you're building relationships too, which is cool.
Yeah, for sure, with the customers in your team.
Okay, I like it.
And then once you've really honed those skills, proven yourself, you might get to senior motor vehicle salesperson.
Oh, nice. A promotion.
Exactly. So now you're closing deals,
Cool.
managing a whole bunch of clients,
Wow.
mentoring junior team members.
Oh, wow. So now you're the mentor.
Yeah.
Okay.
And contributing to the overall sales strategy.
So that's where the leadership comes in.
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
Okay.
And then finally, you reach the big leagues.
Okay.
Motor vehicle sales manager.
We made it.
You're leading the team, setting those targets, analyzing the market trends.
Like we said, the conductor of the orchestra.
Exactly. Making sure everyone's hitting the right notes and you're hitting those sales targets.
And making that money.
Exactly.
Right.
But you mentioned continuous learning before.
Right.
Because this is a field where you always got to stay updated.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to maybe attend workshops,
Okay.
take some courses on the latest sales techniques,
Okay.
management strategies.
Always learning.
Always, because like we said, it's changing constantly.
Right. Which reminds me, we have those RoleCatcher tools.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk more about those because it's not just about understanding the job. It's about getting the job.
100%.
Right.
These tools can be a game changer.
Right. Especially for our learner listener who wants to know everything.
For sure.
Right. And be prepared and efficient. So let's start with the interview prep
Okay.
because I think we can all relate to being nervous for an interview.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me about these resources because you said they're great.
They're not just like generic questions.
Okay, good.
They have a whole database, and it's specifically tailored to motor vehicle sales and management.
Okay. That makes a big difference.
Right.
Because you need to know the industry.
Yeah, so we're talking about questions that go deep.
Okay.
They're really testing your knowledge.
So you're not going to be thrown off by some question about something you've never heard of.
Exactly. You'll be prepared to knock it out of the park.
Right. Because who wants to be put on the spot?
Nobody.
Especially when you're trying to land a job.
It's the worst.
Yeah, so you're saying these questions really help you prepare.
They really do. And the best part is they give you the why behind the question, like what are they actually looking for, and you know what to avoid saying.
Oh, that's great.
And then they even help you come up with answers, like strong answers that are unique.
So it's like having a little cheat sheet for your interview.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's talk about this AI thing, because this is blowing my mind a little bit. You
Correct.
mentioned AI-powered CV and resume analysis. Is that for real?
Oh, it's totally real.
Really?
AI is everywhere these days. It can even help you land a job now.
I mean, I get it, but also how...
Think about it. You can have a perfectly formatted resume, right? But is it actually highlighting the things you want to highlight for this particular job?
Right, because that's always the tough part, tailoring it to each job.
It's so time-consuming, and
Yeah.
you don't always know what they want to see.
Right.
So that's where RoleCatcher's AI comes in.
Okay.
It analyzes your entire CV, compares it to the job description you're looking at,
Okay.
and it tells you what's missing or what needs work.
So it's like having a personal editor for your resume.
Yeah, it's like having a secret weapon in your back pocket.
I like it.
And it doesn't stop there. They also have AI for your cover letter and even those annoying application questions.
Oh, wow. So it's like taking care of everything for you.
Will take care of making sure you look amazing
Okay.
right out of the gate.
That's great because then you know you're putting your best foot forward.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. This is amazing. So we've covered so much in this deep dive. We've gone from the nitty-gritty of what a motor vehicle shop manager does to these amazing AI tools that can help you land the job.
It's a lot to take in.
It is. So what would you say are the key takeaways here?
I think it's really important to remember that this role is a blend of that old school car knowledge with all the new technology.
Right, because we talked about those computer programs.
Exactly. It's a lot of responsibility, but it can be really rewarding.
Yeah, and it's not just about selling cars. It's about leadership.
Absolutely.
Strategy.
Right.
It's really interesting.
It's a very dynamic field.
So what would you say to our learner listener who's maybe feeling inspired?
I would say knowledge is power.
Love it.
Maybe this sparked a question, or maybe you're ready to take the next step.
Okay.
Whether it's checking out RoleCatcher's tools or even just like popping into your local dealership.
Right.
Remember that driver's seat could be yours.
I love that this is amazing. Thank you so much for joining me.
This was fun. Thanks for having me.
Of course. And thank you for listening to this deep dive.